Good morning, and thank you for joining our studio this morning. We'll be talking about Labour Party candidate for Anambra election that is coming up very shortly. Everybody is aware of the factions, which I thought was even two at a point. People say it's three. We are beginning to see almost four factions. But join us as we discuss the matter. Hello, guys. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Philip, good morning. We were thinking that INEC might face an uphill battle recognizing any candidate for the Anambra election, but it appears INEC is running smoothly with Abure faction. It is a very smooth run, and Moalo has been listed as the person that will be flying the Labour's party flag. Philip, let me come to you first. Is this going to be a kind of loss of hope for the Nenadi, faction in quotes? Later we'll discuss about all other factions. Is it going to be, because that appears to be where Obi, is standing or was standing. We don't know if he's still there. Is it going to be like a big blow? Apart from the fact that INEC has had, they are still having, even today, Abure's name as the national chairman on their portal. They are moving further to recognize the person that the primaries conducted by them has brought forward.
You see, it's not going to be just a big blow to the Nanadi Usman's led faction of the Labour Party. It's going to further confirm the fact that the Supreme Court has said that, we have not decided anything outside what you have in your party. And what do you have in your party? You have Abure as your chairman. We have said on this table that, look, the only solution to this matter is for them to confirm whose name is with INEC. And this clearly shows that it's Abure-led NWC of the Labour Party that INEC recognize. Because what it is that by the provision of the Electoral Act, it is only the chairman of a political party and the secretary that can submit a name of a candidate for any election conducted by INEC. If INEC has released the names of its candidate for the Anambra governorship election slated for November later this year, and there were several, primaries conducted, especially, there were two primaries.
There were two primaries.
The one by the Abure group and the one by Nanedi's group. And if INEC has recognized the one of Abure, it shows clearly that Abure is in charge. So what it means that there is that the Nanedi group does not exist as, earlier claimed by the Abure's faction, that is not known to their constitution, the LP constitution, that there's nothing like a caretaker committee.
Exactly. Let me come to you, Peter, because a lot of people were abusing me, when I said I've gone through Labour Party constitution, like really very well, especially Article 13 and Article 14. And it was clear there that from organs of the party, there's nothing like National Caretaker Committee does not exist. There is the National Convention followed by National Executive Council. You also have National Working Committee, okay? And when you see even the National Executive Council, where governors and all elected officers come in, it is still the national chairman that presides over that unit. For it to be properly constituted, a national chairman has to be there. I kept wondering how OT and Co got the power, what quorum, what organ. What organ is it that appointed Nenadi? This is not to show support for Abure or anybody. We're talking about Labour Party constitution that was drafted when all the parties were at peace. They were not quarreling when they were drafted. So when you are not quarreling or having issues, you should resort to that constitution. And you made mention that Abure tenure was expired and co. And I asked a question. Who is it that his own tenure wasn't expired that now appointed a caretaker committee that is not existent to the constitution? And you were having this affinity that Abure should have gone there and Nenadi should be there. Do you receive a blow personally, and do you think Nenadi and co received the blow.
First and foremost, I'm not a member of Labour Party, so there's no way.
So there's no blow.
There's no blow there.
No party, no blow.
But INEC is complicit in this matter too, because if you remember after that Nairobi convention, INEC did not recognize that convention before they went to court. If you look at INEC website, say court appointed. If you look at when he wrote Abure, was INEC was part of it. They did not recognize it. So Abure went to court and got judgment. And now Supreme Court said, go back to status quo, go back to a constitution. And you've read that what the constitution says about the whole issues. As it stands now, there is no victor, there is no vanquish here. It has happened. I have taken a stand. I feel so sorry for George Molago. I feel for him because now Moghalu is going through this election with a disjointed house. You're going through an election with a house that cannot come together to campaign for him. For you to win a sitting governor, you need a full house. You need a house intact. And okay, let me give him this free advice. Please go and meet Obi. Go and appeal to him. Let's forget the divisions. But you need to be on your campaign trail for you to make any road in this election. So
okay, that's where I was even trying to come to your Philip. You see now, Obi pitched a tent. He wasn't pitching tent anyway. He was just neutral before. As a matter of fact, people were blaming him that he should have stepped into Labour Party crisis much earlier. But it appeared that like after the judgment from Supreme Court, Obi decided to go with Nenadi's camp and OT camp, which we are learning from Dr. Barry Johnson that those camps are not the same. We have, eventually as it is now, we have Abure camp, we have OT camp, distinct from Nenadi camp. Well, maybe we have a Papa camp. So eventually Labour is talking about 4 factions. But I think they can also now unify themselves, knowing that INEC is recognizing Abure camp. Do you think Obi is capable of setting his differences aside and campaign for Moghalu?
You know, if you ask my advice for Obi at this point, you see, it's a difficult thing for Obi to campaign for Moghalu because it is not clear whether Obi is still a member of Labour Party, even though verbally he says, I'm still a Labour Party. What Obi is concerned about is the obedient movement. So, is Moghalu part of the obedient movement? If the answer is yes, then it will be easier for Obi and his team to work with him. But that's not the case here. The case here is that it is clearly that, Moghalu belongs to the Abure's camp. And like you rightly put it, from the analysis we had on that paper, as the newspaper reported it, OT has his own game plan.
Yes.
Distinct from the Obi camp.
We have raised alarm before.
Yes, I raised that alarm.
Yeah, that Obi wasn't recognizing that OT has different motives.
Exactly. So now it is clear, and Obi is seeing it. So OT is towing a different line. So, like he said, Moghalu is going to the election. I wouldn't say that he's going to the election with a divided house because the Labour Party, as it is today, as recognized by law, which is INEC, it is the Abure's, camp that is the Labour Party known to law.
Yeah.
So it is the Labour Party that is known that is going for election. Every other group that want to join them, they are free to join them or not to join them, right? The people that will vote is the Anambra people. It's not the Labour Party. So it's the ability of Moghalu to hold the Anambra's voter to vote for him that will matters. But in the case of Obi working for Moghalu, it is his decision to make. If it's in tandem with the choice of Moghalu, then he's free to campaign for him. But if it's not settled that if he felt Moghalu cannot do what he thinks should be done for Anambra, he's free to campaign whoever that he chooses to campaign for. But if he feels different from, if all the candidates are not what he thinks they are, he's also free to abstain himself from campaigning for anybody.
All right. Now, when I said they're going to destroy the house, I'm not trying to say Abure faction is not the main faction. In their house, you can be the leader. In the house, as a father, as a mother, their children. If the children decide not to support the house, that doesn't make the father say the head of the family. Now they are disjointed house. Get what I'm going to. I'm not saying the head. So they need all forces together. See, there is unity in unity. So if they come together, they can make an impact. Imagine CPC candidates contest the election and have the Buhari come and speak for that person. You know what that does? Obi is head of the Obidient family. So imagine him coming to campaign for him. It will sway the voters towards Judge.
I agree with you. If you look at the write-up, you see that they are not even together anymore. The Nanadi is a group.
Yeah.
The OT is a group.
Yeah.
So the only level we know.
I wanted to bring to your knowledge.
Yes.
When Nenadi and OT, not even when people still believe, apart from this revelation from Dr. Barry Johnson, the National Deputy Youth Leader of Labour Party, who has said that OT is working simply for his 2027 ticket, even with some APC members, and with the hope to be a vice presidential candidate in 2031. We are just about 7 years away. So I'm just wondering, could that kind of ambition lead Oti to mislead Nenadi and Co. as if he's with them, meanwhile he has a different segment being supported by Nigeria Labour Congress, as reported?
Are you surprised? After all, Delta State government didn't do it. Governor. When you gathered the whole southern governors, say it's a turn. What did he do next? He went and become Atiku's vice.
Who you mean the former Delta State government?
The former Delta State government. So this is the character. This is who they are.
Yeah, the fact, because I remember it was at Sabaccord where they agreed that the presidency must
come to the south.
All the political parties
so
must.
what did he do later?
All political parties must go to the
Which later, what did he do?
To the south. Yeah.
He went to north. He went to meet Atiku and decided to run with Atiku.
Even funded it.
So this is the character of politicians. See, it's all about their interests. So probably he has done political calculation. And if I don't align now, if I don't scatter this house, if Obi emerges, that means I won't be on ticket for the next 10 years plus. So to them, it's where is their own interest.
If this reports holds water by this revelation by Dr. Barry Johnson holds water, do you think Obi will be disappointed that OT is not really with? Even why a lot of people have raised the alarm before that OT is not really with Nenadi like the way they are taking it.
I'll be surprised if Obi will be disappointed because OT said it from day one, immediately after his election, that he won his election on his own strength.
That it's not because of obedient support.
Yes. So I was surprised that there was a romance
between
midway between Obi and OT. Since when? So Obi will be too stupid to think that OT has interest. You see, there's one thing that is common with the Easterner. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
You know, they don't seem to be together.
I'm not from the East.
Everybody wants to be at the top at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You see, Soludo is doing his best to see that Obi does not recognize every other person. When it comes to the Easterner, if you remember when the slot of the Senate president was in the Easterner bloc, we had over 5 Senate presidents within a stretch of time.
Yes.
Because they don't support their own.
Yes.
Everybody feel it is my. If it is Easterners, then
there was one time we had more than 40 people contesting to be Anambra governor.
Yes. So what is that for? So OT we see him say that it's better than Obi.
Like Soludo is also in one word or the other.
Yes, he said that. It would be stupid of Obi to think that Oti is working with him. So with this revolution, I think he should take it serious. I've said it before. I made it clear on this table when that issue came up that Oti is only market time to go to APC.
Yeah.
Obi should be careful of where.
All right, 30 seconds. What do you think Obi should do in this INEC affirmatively recognizing Abure? There's no way around this.
I think he should continue doing what he has been doing. Stay with his base, keep his base intact. See, he should be open to politics. Politics is a game of interest. So if Oti's interest does not align with Obi's ambition, they'll part ways. But he should keep his base intact and hope for the best.
All right. Obi has the support of the masses, especially the youth, and a lot of them are obedient even more than Obi himself. He should keep his base intact and hopefully walk them towards 2027 if he's going to contest, because he has always said that his interest is not about position, it's about attending to the people. That sounds very unambitious, but people are saying he needs to contest. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully he finds a base either in Labour Party
just before you round it
or
up,
elsewhere.
As much as interest for the people to be interest of the people, he needs to be in power to ensure that the interest of the people.
And that is why.
So he needs to contest.
Yeah.
So, like he said, I'm aligning myself with him that he should keep his base intact and work towards being in government so that those lofty ideas, those beautiful ideas can come into fruition.
And that is why we kept saying that in attempt to grab power, let's put it this way, you're probably going to need everybody. And when you mean everybody, you're going to have good people in your camp. You're going to have bad people in your camp. You're going to have the ugly people in your camp. The good thing is that you have the need of them. Obi should be wise that this is politics. It's not a church evening service or Sunday school teaching. So people discouraging him from making use of those that might help him actualize the dream of being the president of Nigeria and do those things he wants to do for Nigeria. He should probably jettison those ideas and realize that you need all hands on deck. People from the north, people from the west, people from the east, people from the south, so that you can realize that singular objective of serving the people of Nigeria. This is still News Insight. We'll be right back very shortly.